features explanations, so that we have it and share with our beloved clients when needed. Okay. So let me start then sharing the screen since Mikhail has already launched the video recording. So let's go into the system. Here it is. Please, somebody, can you, like Mikhail or Vlad, can you nod if you can see my screen so we just don't make much of a deal of that? Okay, thank you. So perfectly, since I've mentioned, today we're going directly to our trial master file, and we're going to start with the duplicate search function. I will go to my favorite Flaxen project. You know, this is our mock-up environment, so we use it a lot, but this is the fullest project that I have here. So to search for the duplicates, what we used to have before was just comparison of the naming of the documents. That was over 2 years ago, maybe like a year ago or something. But since now on, when you drag and drop your documents, just basically upload them. Let me choose some of those. Let me go with a bunch of document here. So I'm filing the documents into my trial master file, and the system, as always, just goes through the naming, and it asks me if I want to override these files, and I still proceed with that, even though knowing that the names are already there. So what the system is capable of now, to show me the potential duplicates that are already in the system. And you can imagine that I use the same mock data over and over again. So there is a whole bunch of duplicates in my environment, in this project. So the system will highlight all the potential duplicates during the uploading part. So here I can see what potential duplicates I have, and I have like a whole bunch of them. And I can decide now whether I will upload or I will skip the upload, since now I know that this size is completely the same, and even the naming, and the system shows me the path, so where exactly the duplicates are located. So I'll just upload a couple of those, others I will skip, so that you get the understanding of how to deal with the upload of the documents once the duplicate search is in place. And if you want to make sure that you're still uploaded different files and the documents have some differences inside the content, what you can do, you can go to duplicate search file section. It's going to appear on the left within the section part, and the system, it takes time because I have I don't know how many duplicates, like maybe 1,000 or something here. So the system will highlight not just the duplicates themselves, and you can see that they are connected into the root document, which is the original one, and then all of the ones that were uploaded, etc., etc. And the system shows you the match percent of the duplication. So this document is 97% alike with the latest one, etc., 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 so that I can know exactly how identical twins they are or not identical twins. If I want deeper to see the exact differences inside these documents, I can click this button of comparison, and the system will bring to one screen both documents, highlighting the differences inside the document. This can be applied for Word document, PDF document, Excel document, so it doesn't matter. The system will compare what's inside and basically show you that the difference here would be the date. So I assume that this is kind of a confirmation letter or something like that, definitely like a follow-up letter. Okay, here it goes on the naming. And the only difference was the date. So rather than that, it was the identical twin. So I should make sure whether both of them are required or not. So this is what we have regarding the duplicates already in the system. Please let me know if you have any questions for this feature, if you do understand how to use it, if you do understand why we have it, etc., etc., etc. Any questions?
Marietta, the percent match that you have here, I always viewed that as sort of a confidence interval, but I don't think that's correct. I think it's an actual count of characters that are different, correct? Because I looked at it as a confidence interval to say, if it says 97%, it's awfully, it's likely confident that it is the same. But the document you just showed us was very clearly different. I mean, and for us, a date is significant. That's important. That's not
Yeah,
trivial.
sure.
And so if I set it at 97% and it claimed that it was, 97% confident it was the same, we would be burned. That would be problematic for us. So is the only
Sure.
solution to set it for 100 and then we know it's exactly the same?
Yes, sure. So thank you very much for the question, Eric. So the idea here, this is not the probability of the comparison. This is the exact percentage of match. So the documents are 97% match and only 3% are different, but these 3% may be the date or something really crucial. And yes, there is a way to set up the minimum of 100% for the system to trigger you on the duplicate of the document. So because in the settings, there is the possibility to range the percentage which the system accounts as duplicates. You may make it like 99 or 100 as we do it like with AI, for example. So the same approach.
Yes, but this approach, you won't have fuzzy search. So the whole idea is for fuzzy search is to have the level from which you will have duplicates, not 100. So it should be 90 or
99.
something.
Okay, can't
No,
be
it should be
99.
90 or something because otherwise you will have duplicates not found.
Correct. Because if you set, for example, we set it to 95 because it's comparing the name. And if person maybe gave the wrong name, it will not pop up. If you put 100, you will miss it. And then you will definitely have a duplicate without knowing it just because somebody added one additional character or something. So you need to allow always percentage for that. And then when it pops up, comes with like 5 same documents, then you actually go click and compare. If you have to go through the percentage, if the system allows, but don't set it to 100, you will miss duplicates
Yes, yes,
just
yes.
because of a human
Got it.
error.
Got it.
Sure.
This is a
Okay.
good point. Thank you,
I
Helen.
hadn't appreciated the file name, but being part of the match. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. This was a great question.
And very cool feature is this comparison, and we will add it to the audit trail as well to compare versions. So it's upcoming. So to see the changes between the versions.
That was so waited for. Okay, thank you. Any other questions for this one? Okay, thank you very much, Dan. Let's proceed with
Well,
the
we
link.
have one hand here.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead, Valeria.
Hi, Mariette. Thank you so much for all this session. I just have a quick question. When there are duplicates that are fine, for example, when we have sisters sites, is there a way to avoid displaying all those files in the duplicates files tab? Because in that scenario, so we will need to file in sister sites the same kind of documents.
If you have some same documents in sister sites, then you will need to use linked files option, which Marietta will show you a little bit later, maybe now.
No.
But if you need to keep these duplicates, if it's intended, you just check the button. You just click the button, keep duplicates, and that's it. So it's not mandatory.
Yeah, you don't have to skip the duplicate or delete the duplicate. You just keep them. Like, yes, they can be
it's just
accounted
an
by
option.
the system. Yeah, they can be accounted as duplicates, but it doesn't mean that necessarily you have to get rid of some of the documents. Definitely.
But I will see that I will see those documents displaying in the duplicates files section, right? Even if I decide,
yes.
Okay, so there's no way to get rid of those in this section, duplicates files, right? I mean, to clean this section, because I will see then all here.
Vlad, is there any way to turn off, like with the related documents? Like, for example, I can untick that they are related, but can I do that the same with the duplicates?
We can think about the improvement, maybe some setting for the sister sites for this specific case. So if we have a document in sister sites, do not check the duplicates. We can add it.
Okay.
Thank you for the idea.
Yeah, so okay, that's a great one. Thank you then.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so let's move forward to the linked documents, and I will explain what was behind that. So let's imagine that you're working with several projects, and within one of the projects you have already been working with, there are some maybe templates that you're using or CVs of PIs that you're using, etc. So, and you're initiating a new project. Let's imagine this is a new one and not stuck with all the documents that I have here. And now, since you're initiating a new project, but you're still going to have to implement the same templates, like more or less they're going to be the same, and maybe even some PIs from one studies will be dealing with the new one, etc., etc. So to avoid, like, surely if you have CTMS part and you have all the PI CVs in your CTMS, they will be automatically dragged into your trial master file. But if you are not using the CTMS part, then what you can do, you can just bring the CVs from different projects into the new one, or like if it's not the new one, etc. So basically what I can place the documents from any other part of the system, be it the same project, a different folder, be it even a different project, but I like more, into the new one. From one project, I can bring it to another. So basically, for example, let's imagine that Flex Serene project was up and running and I have some templates already there that are used by me constantly. And now I initiated this Flexin project and I want the templates to be here as well, because I don't want to go to different projects to grab templates. It's obvious. So what I can do, I can click and call for linked documents, search for the project that I know where the templates are, and then search for the templates. I will literally type in here, this is an active search, like template, and I will see what templates are, for example, available within Flexin project that I may need in Flexin 1. So, for example, I have their confirmation letter template or like test template, which does not make any sense, but confirmation letter template, for example, I want to have it in my trial master file. It doesn't necessarily have to be the confirmation letter or anything, but what it can be, it basically can be any document, any template that you're using. So now it appeared here with this link, meaning that this is a linked document with this little icon. So I have the same document placed in several projects and several folders, if you wish to do it for folders. So, and you can basically work with the same document from different places. And if you make changes in one, automatically the changes are made in the another one, because basically this is the same document. Yeah, go ahead, Helena.
Okay, so I have a question. Let's talk about the access and the access rights. So I guess this is the question for Vlad, right? You are from IT, if I or something. I mean, I know you always respond to our very specific IT questions, so maybe I'm wrong, but access.
I do sometimes.
So the CRO, I understand how this is beneficial for pharma, which I mean, it's their studies, they do them, but in the CRO, for us to be able to, correct me if I'm wrong, but the way I see it, for us to be able to implement linked files would mean that I need to have the same team assigned to both of studies. Like now you made an example. So if I'm on one study and I do not have access to the study where these CVs were, to the TMF where these CVs were filed, I cannot search it. It will not pop up because I cannot access that study, correct?
No, it's not correct. It works both ways.
No, the question is here. No. I got your question, Helena.
Yeah, I cannot have access to TMFs I'm not assigned to. This is against pretty much everything. So that's why I'm asking.
Yes, this is a good point. So if I'm a CRA dedicated to this new Flexin project and I'm not assigned to another project Flexarine, when I'm clicking like here and I'm calling for this linked documents, I will not have the access to the projects where I'm not assigned to.
Of course,
you know what
yes.
I mean?
But if it's already linked, then I can see it.
So surely this is not for CRA team to be done, probably mostly for TMF manager, for example, if they have access to all of the projects. So for the admins, while setting up the project, how I usually would imagine that, while setting up the project, you can set up the folder with the templates, for example, and just call them in.
Got
this
it.
is definitely
Yeah.
not for everybody.
You can
Okay,
create
all
projects
clear.
with, I don't know, SOPs and then link to this SOPs if needed.
All clear. Thank you. That's what I needed. You answered my question. Thanks.
Thank you for the question. This is a great one. So basically, if you want to see which documents are linked and you want to know exactly where to find all these twin brothers or basically the same document, by clicking on a document, you can go here and click the linked file so that you will know exactly which documents are linked, where they are placed, etc., etc. So I know that I have one link to this document and it's placed over here, so I can see like all the data in this part. I can know exactly from which project it was linked, etc., etc., etc. So this is the idea behind the linked documents. You have the same document, which you can place all over your eTMF, be it in different projects or maybe in the same project, but in different folders. So Helena, in this case, you might potentially like place them if you have them on trial management part, and then you need them like, to be several times implemented in site folders, etc., etc. So this is always an option. So that's the idea. Does that make sense? Is it like any other questions here? I'm always happy to cover the questions. Okay, then I suggest we can move forward then to related documents. And I don't know, to be honest, which feature I'm a more fan of, like linked or related documents. So for the related documents, there was a completely different idea behind the related documents. And the idea there was to basically have the possibility to connect documents between each other. The use case behind that would be the CV or any other document in the original version, be it in English, for example, and then translate it into local language, and then the certificate of translation. So, for example, I uploaded previously CV of Dr. May in 2 languages. So it's in English, in Spanish, and the certificate of translation. So just to make sure that when I find one of the documents, I can know exactly that I have already uploaded all the potentially needed related documents to this one, I can have this feature behind. So to relate the documents between each other, again, you just click the right button and add related files. To add the related files, you do basically the same search, but now I'm going to do it within one project in my Flaxin project. I will the same search for all the documents related to my CV of this Dr. May. So I will just click them in, the certificate, the Spanish version, and I can click OK, and the documents will be related. So when clicking, and let's imagine by any chance that like I have just 3 documents here because I was searching for it, but what if I have like a whole, I don't know, 100 documents in this folder, just to make sure that I have uploaded the certificate, the translation, and everything, I will be able to find just one document, click on it, and see if there are any related files to this one. So I will find all the related documents and make sure that I have everything in place, the translation, the certificate, like everything is there. If I don't find it or the documents are not related, it will definitely like be a trigger for me to make the proper search and realize whether everything is in compliance and the translation and certificate is in. So maybe there can be like a whole bunch of other cases regarding this related documents. Maybe you're gonna relate the versions if you don't like overwrite the document, but you place like several versions in place. You want to keep the thread, so you can basically relate the versions of different documents so that you know everything that happened before that. Like, the system supports that on the back end, but still, if you want to keep it for some reason, there is another use case like that. So this is the logic behind the related documents. And for both linked files and related documents, there are these sections where you can see, like for duplicate files, all the related documents, all the linked documents, etc. within this trial master file, like within one project. Specifically, so from here, you will know exactly if I have any related documents for this or that one. So that's the idea behind it. Any questions for the related documents so far? Yeah, Valeria, go ahead.
Thank you. So I just wanted to ask you if we could review the audit trail, because when we use this feature inside the study, even if we select, if we relate the files inside the same study, when we go to the audit trail, we can see the related files for the study we intended to relate the files, but also for any other study where we relate files. And so this wouldn't be appropriate for to see all the studies with all the related files. So just wanted to ask you if you could explain a little bit more about that. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Vlad, do you have any comment here?
I think we may follow up here.
Because I'm not like, no, I'm not sure. Like, you want to have a dedicated place, like, just did you get the question, Vlad? So
yes, so the related files are like audit trailed in the specific projects, and you can see that it's related to another project. And it's not beneficial, but I think we need to discuss it with the team first.
Why would you need that? Just maybe I'm being a nerd here, but just to understand why is that like.
So if you go to the audit trail if you go to your demo in the audit trail and you select related files or you select linked files, and then you will see all your demo projects with related files.
Because it's audit trail.
I got it. I got
yes.
it. I got in audit trail specifically so that like documents
yes.
from other projects may appear in the audit trail of this project.
I think that is because the system allows to select different projects, relate files between different projects as well. So that will be beneficial if you have the option to just not select, not do this between projects, just relate the files inside the same project. Maybe that fits the audit trail.
Then you can just not do it. So you can instruct people not to do it.
Yes, but still as the system allows to select a different project to relate the files, maybe that's the reason why the audit trail shows different projects, all the projects, right? What do you think?
We can do it as a setting, I don't know. Just for you, if it's not good for you, then we can like make it within one project only.
Okay, so I just log a ticket and they I don't know who answered. They were working on this the help desk.
It makes sense. Thank you.
We'll discuss it and we'll get back to you. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions for this one? Okay, then I will bring back sharing the screen and we'll go on with Outlook items. So basically, the last but not least will be the opportunity to keep the email thread in the trial master file, be it with the attachment or even without. Like here, for example, I just created, like, here you can see some of my tickets, so nothing confidential. So here, what I can do since now on, I can basically open my Outlook. So this is what I'm doing. And I'm going to drag and drop the email directly into my trial master file. And what's most important, and basically the next question is usually, what about the attachment? So does the attachment gets into the trial master file? And yes, it does. So for example, here I have my e-ticket and I can click here and my attachment will be downloaded directly to my computer. So it's going to be here. And the idea is that if you want just to keep the thread, you can do it like that. And then, for example, you can connect the documents like via related documents so that you can keep the whole thread. If new ones appear, like what I mean, if you're just not dragging the whole thread, but you're dragging like one by one so that they are, related and you can find all the correspondence throughout the timeline. And on top of that, if you want to keep the attachment in place, you can keep it like within the email, so it will always be there. But if you want to use the document for further reasons, like to proceed with the metadata and everything, you can just drag and drop the document from your Outlook, from your email into your trial master file instead of even sending it to the trial master file. So sending the documents into the trial master file was like there for I don't know how long, but like almost forever. I don't know. So, but now what you can do, you can basically drag and drop the document directly from your email into your trial master file. So, and proceed working with the document. Let me see where it went. I can see it. Just let me drag and drop it again so that I can easily find it. Maybe it's somewhere here. The system will now notify me on uploading a duplicate. Yeah, so it's there. Let me search for it so that I can show it to you. So it was with the word ticket. Here it is. Here it is. So basically we have just uploaded the attachment from the email directly into the system. And you can see it's there and you can see all the data as usually. It was uploaded right now. We uploaded it all together. And from here, I can proceed working with the document as always, like kicking off the QC process and fulfilling the metadata. So this is the new feature that we have regarding uploading the emails and the documents from the emails directly into the system. Any questions for this part? Okay, so then I would appreciate any feedback, like, is this limited to Outlook? Vlad, you can take this one. Is this limited to Outlook? I'm not sure. I did not test it like personally, but I think it's not limited to Outlook only. Back me up here.
So I think it's limited to Outlook, but no harm to try in another systems as well.
I'll try it, like with no sharing, just maybe from my personal email. I'm just curious. And I can follow the up on this one. And there is another question. Could you please go through it? In the chat, there is a question from Eric.
About audit trails, we discussed it.
So, and there is another one from Caroline.
Yes, and do you upload outside of the placeholder, right? Any audit?
Yeah, I did upload outside of the placeholders just because this is my mock environment. In the reality, you can definitely upload it into the placeholders. I'm not sure, Vlad, if we have the placeholders with the email format, like Outlook or something. But within the audit trail, it will definitely be kept as like an upload of an item. So.
I have feedback from the team about the audit trails, so we'll just fix it. Oh yes, it will be fixed.
You mean so that there will appear only the documents from one?
No, we will fix just the audit trail, so it won't be shown there.
Okay. Yes, in the audit trail, it won't be shown like that there are documents from other projects. Am I right then? Just to make sure.
Yep.
Okay. This is a good point to check on. Okay. Are there any other questions? Maybe there is something in the chat. I'm still like trying, I want to try from upload from Gmail or something. Now I'm so curious about this. I think that I will be able to. I can definitely follow up on that like after, so not to keep everybody waiting because we're still gonna have the chat, so that I don't keep people waiting while I'm like doing some stuff here. So, do you have any other questions so far? Any ideas? Maybe any feedback? We are open as always, like to discuss and everything.
Oh, one new question. This format is
Yes.
displaying in the workflow statistic report and metadata report.
See that. since we can, let me just click on it and see if we can start. Yes, basically, I have just, let me share the screen back again, okay? Try it. The Outlook document, so basically the email may proceed within the process as any other document. So I started sharing the screen again. So here I am. And I've chosen the email here, and I can basically proceed with the metadata and start fulfilling the metadata. And
yes, it's the same document as any other.
Yes, as always, like any other like item of your trial master file, you can send it to review, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, you can work with it as with any other document. You can treat it like any PDF or Word document if you need to. Any other questions? Thank you for this one. Okay. All right, then let's wrap it up. Thank you everybody for coming. We really enjoyed it as always. And I hope this is kind of a little bit new format of us presenting the features during the user groups. We did not do it like this way before. So just, a whole bunch of features to be discussed. I hope you enjoyed this one and I hope that was useful. We will follow up on your questions if any left. So I will test out like the upload of emails from other email systems. So, and we'll follow up right here in the chat, like after the call, if you don't mind. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your feedback. I can see your feedback. Thank you, Stephanie. So we always enjoy that. And as always, we'll stay in touch. I assume that like our next user group will be coming just in the next quarter somewhere. Mikhail will reach out to you. If you have any ideas, by the way, for the topics, what would you like to discuss during the user groups? We're always happy to follow your ideas as well. So we decided to proceed with this like feature format and maybe like from time to time to get into discussions for something. So if you have any ideas, if you want something to be kicked off, just pin us and we'll happily arrange that, okay?
Yes, it can be about anything actually, like about audits, about reports, about APIs.
Whatever, whether in
whatever you want.
Argentina, I don't know, fashion trends, whatever.
About
Okay.
AI, something cool.
Yeah, by the way, just forgot to mention about AI. I just recalled yesterday I was finalizing the poster for TMF CDDisc conference. So we're going to conferences. We're going to OCT in Barcelona. By the way, Vlad, you are going to be there. I forgot to mention
because
that.
I live in Barcelona, yes.
Yes, so Eugenia will go there. One of our business development directors will go there. I will go to Swiss Biotech Day. And apart from that ETMF CDDisc. So if you are going to any of these conferences, please drop us a line and we'll catch up during the visits to the mentioned conferences. So thank you very much. And let's stay connected. Have a great rest of the week. And the weekend is just around the corner, so hold on. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Bye. Have a nice one.
Thank you, colleagues. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. Many thanks.